Everybody tapping in. It's Cuttication, not Cuttication, but it's the Kickback Network. It's your boy Cuddy J. Waiting on my co-host to tap in after he get to the link. Let me go ahead and share the live. Get a few people to tap in. Just happened. Share Facebook. Damn. We got tapped in though. All right, Lex, where you at, man? Who we got tapped in right here? Who we got locked in? He already sent it to you. I already had set the I set the thumbnail and everything up already and had it already set up. So I said, right now. All right. Oh, okay. Is he in here? Are you in here, Lex? Hey, guys, I'm just waiting on the other guy to get up here, man. It's Cuddy J, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button if it's your first time tapping in. I'm waiting on the other guy to tap in that I added to the live. I sent him a link to his email. Come on, Lex. Hey, do I need to resend the link? Yeah, I sent the link to your email like I normally do. I was waiting on you to, you're not in yet. Curtis Cuttication. You got it?
I got it. I'm gonna be there in a second.
All right, cool. All right, guys. This the other guy, my boy, my homie, Lex, straight out of Chicago. We try to get this thing going right at one. I've been busy all day, but we talking about Shannon Sharp. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. We talking about. There you go, right here, guys. Bam. What's happening with it? What's
We're ready.
up, man?
What's
How's
good?
that audio on my end?
Audio's good over there. Can you hear mine?
Yeah, you sound great too. You sound great too, man. That's what's up. What's going down, man? Good afternoon, man.
Likewise, brother. We're in a corner office today, so got a little bit more privacy. I have screen connected, but YouTube won't let me do it via live. So I guess I should show you what we got on today. I brought the new bag. You know, I got the new merch. So I got my laptop case. So we make for the business professionals too. And bam, I
Hey,
got.
yo, hey, check this out. I've been seeing them right there, you know. Hey, I've been seeing you wear those. I
Yep.
need a pair. I want a
Yeah.
pair of those right.
Absolutely.
Hey, I want a pair of those right there. What all color you have them in?
So you can kind of rock them just as with a business casual or anything. So they come in white and black at the moment. I put them on the website. Hero by TM is live right now. There's sales on a lot of things. These ones retail at $119. I don't know if I'll discount. If we have enough interest, maybe we'll. You know what? We'll do a cutication discount. We'll find a discount code for you, and then if people put that in, we'll make you an affiliate, and maybe we'll be able to work something out on that front. But go check that out. Hero by Texas Movement. You can follow that on Instagram as well as Facebook. And there's lots of previews, and all the latest deals will be there first. So check that out along with all our other stuff.
Right on, right on, right on. There you go, man. Yeah, I seen you rocking them the other day. I said, yeah, he got the like Chuck Taylors, man, but I know those the heroes he got. I
Yeah.
need a pair of those in white and black, and I need
Yep.
one of those laptop bags. I
Yep.
got a laptop bag, but I just need something new, just to support, just support and show off the logo.
Yep.
Hero.
And this is a super soft material in here. Very, very nice. So
Yeah.
won't have any scratches to worry about. You throw your laptop in there. This is the 13-inch model, and we also make one that's a little bigger, the 15. The 13 and 15 are the two most common sizes of laptops, so we can get both of those taken care of in that design.
Righteous, man. Okay, with all that being said, guys, it's the Kickback Network, man. It's your boy Cuddy J, the host. I got my boy Lex with me from Texas Media Movement, from Texas Movement
Yep.
Media, TMM.
Uh-huh.
Uh, we here, man. Is we running a little bit slow today, but I had to take care of three things this morning, which are now complete now. Now my day is just wavy. And we about to talk about this Shannon Sharp being, fired from ESPN, which we knew that was going to happen anyway. And we're going to speak about Gilbert Arenas being arrested on the gambling thing. Those are the headliners right now. This was going on all over the tube, all over the social media. That's
So
where the bloggers are eating at.
Shannon Sharp is basically he's done simply because of this most recent story, right?
Yeah, with the OnlyFans chick.
Yeah. Um, okay. I mean, it seems like ESPN's kind of on their way out anyway, and it seems like with his nightcap show, he has nightcap with Ocho Cinco. I believe he does Club Shay Shay on his own, right?
Yeah, but Nightcap is over 1 million subscribers, so that's a check. Then he got the club Shay Shay, like you say.
None of those two things are affiliated with ESPN, right?
Nope. He can go
Okay.
work for Fox if he wanted to. He can go work for Fox and start a show there if he wanted to. I mean,
Yeah.
everything ESPN was just extras.
There's two sides to the story. I can relate to Shannon Sharp because I operate independently, but I also do partner with people, and you know this as well. So you've been the Beast of Beltline for a long time. You do things independently, but you also have partnered with larger businesses in the past. I know you rub shoulders with all kinds of people in Addison. So Uh, Media is changing. Okay, Texas Movement Media, the Kickback Network, we are going to be on the forefront of the changing landscape in what journalism looks like, what independent media looks like, what short films look like. So millennials and Gen Z can.
You froze up.
No, can you still?
No, your screen ad froze up.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I'll just talk normally. I'll close
Now,
out some other things.
yeah, you was good at first. I was sitting just you just froze up for that minute.
Okay, cool. Let the then this is the best network we can get. So well, all I'm saying is that yes, we are going to be on the forefront of new media, and we don't have to subscribe to those same standards of living perfectly like a presidential candidate. You can be yourself, but at the end of the day, once you get past a certain age, 35, 40, 45, people are going to start looking to you as a beacon of wisdom. So if you
Yeah.
make publicly stupid mistakes over and over and over again, you're going to lose that credibility that you're building. So keeping your reputation intact is important, whether you're going to be part of a big corporation like ESPN or if you're going to be small and independent. So don't get me wrong. Very few people can drink me under the table. Very few people can like be social more than me, like with females and stuff like that. But you have to know what kind of relationships are positive for your future, what kind of relationships are negative for your future. So that would be my own suggestion.
Oh, I'm just reading something right now. Yeah, okay. All right, that was Lex laying out a few things about the Texas movement media. First thing first, we do want to get out the business first about each platform. But you guys are familiar with my platform anyway. But it's important that Lex let you guys know about that. But let's get back to the topic of the show that's gonna probably drive the guests up in here or keep them in here because they should
That's
have
what I
come.
was saying. So Shannon Sharp, that's what I was saying. I wasn't just talking about our business. I was talking about
Oh,
he's paving the way
oh,
in
he's
like
making a point.
yes, exactly right. He's making waves in sports media by himself. So he took just like Coach Prime took from being a professional NFL athlete to coaching his kids to now coaching Colorado and making it a big program. Shannon Sharp was doing the same thing in independent media. So that Cat Williams interview, that goes because Shannon Sharp is a personality. So that's a lot of power. So that's not power that you need to waste on, 19-year-olds that, fulfill a little bit of a, you got to have better vetting for your personal life if you're going to be this big of a public figure. So that's what I take away from it. So I think that's what I was trying to tie it back into.
Yeah. Let me type this address. I got another. It's another show that I'm doing later on today. I just want to do that the address.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's start with Shannon Sharp. So like, I guess they say the girl was asking for 5 million for a settlement, right? And he ended up giving her ten
Hmm.
million.
He gave
And
1 million.
that's what they said. That's what they were saying last week, about a week or two ago. When he found she only was asking for five, he gave her five more. What?
Conditional settlement, or confidential settlement, formally dismissed with prejudice. Reading cannot be refiled. No criminal charges, and the details of the settlement remain private. So, did you find a number from somewhere or no?
Well, they said it. I heard a few other people say it. They said it wasn't something that was read. It was
Gotcha.
something that was verbally said.
Okay.
And they just get to Shannon Sharp anyway. Just Shannon Sharp being 55, 56, however old, whatever his age is.
Mm-hmm.
You got this 20-year-old white girl in the gym. My whole take is I'm 47. There's no 20-year-old girl. I don't care how fine she is or whatever is gonna make me just, you know, fuck with her. I'm gonna say it
Yeah.
that way. Approach her.
Yep.
Uh, and especially at the status he's at.
Yeah.
You're a rich, wealthy black man, and for you to go that low, just because I don't know. I mean, it's just you got to make better. You got to pick your wars. You pick your
Yeah.
battles, man. I'm pretty sure it was another fine girl up in age. It looked better than that white girl. Not
So,
saying just because. I mean, not nothing against the white girl because I like white women too. It's
sure.
just you probably would have been better messing with a 20-year-old black girl than a 20-year-old white girl. Uh, which I don't want to bring the race. I still don't want to bring the race in. I think it was more of an age thing. He shouldn't have been
Yeah,
stupid
I
enough
was gonna
anyway.
I was gonna ask you about how much of it do you think is, when people get older, they feel like they're losing their relevance, so that they want to be attached with somebody younger.
I think that is 100% correct. Know why? Because I know I my bad. I know somebody that's Shannon Sharp's age at the same age as Shannon Sharp, and they still do things and say things to keep themselves relevant to a certain genre
Yeah.
and demographic.
Uh,
They want to not only they not cool with their age. They not even cool with who they are. Like they wish they were they wish they was Hispanic, or they wish they was another race, or they don't identify fully as black. They would say they mixed with something else. Uh, the only person they approach is who they talk to, or women is like under 30 or don't got their stuff together where they can tell them lies and stuff. You can
right.
feed you can feed the BS to somebody that's kind of gullible, right? So
Hmm.
somebody in their 50s, they think, okay, I can tell this 30-year-old or 35-year-old person anything because they ain't went through what I went through yet.
Yeah.
And I don't want to mess with a lady that's my age because that's gonna be a challenge for me. Because she's
Right.
gonna call out all my faults and the BS I bring to the table.
Yeah.
This young girl's not. Is she gonna let it go over her head? Especially if money involved anyway, because money keep people quiet.
That's right. Yeah, you're exactly right. So you think it might be he was just trying to buy something that's easy to work with?
I feel like you know what? Yep. I feel like he didn't even have to do it. He didn't have to put that much work in to get that girl.
Right.
Me and you could have pulled her, and we
Right.
ain't on that level where he at.
Yeah.
I know what type. You know what type of females I deal with. I know what you do. We mess with some nice caliber type of women.
Yep.
Uh, just to toot our own horn. But
Yep.
we ain't gonna stoop. I'm not fixing to approach a 21-year old. I'm around a lot of young, attractive women all the time at my job. When I
Mm-hmm.
go out to these bars, you know how Beltline is. It's
Mm-hmm.
women from all ages in the bar up in the little spots, anywhere from 21 to 61.
Yep.
But it's the 21-year-olds and the 25-year-olds. They do not move my buttons at all.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. It's now to play around for a one night stand and that right there, and we go our separate ways the next day. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I go out 25, 26. I still
Mm-hmm.
I still get taken as I'm a 30 some year old.
Yep.
So I go that low. But to submit to somebody and have a relationship with,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do that. I
Right.
can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always looking at how things are gonna look 10 years from now or 20 years from now. 10 years from now, I'm gonna be almost touching 60. You still
Yes.
gonna be in your prime.
Right.
I'm not gonna be on the same. Our conversation's not gonna be the same. None of
Yep.
that. So it's only Shannon Sharp. You should have just had a one night stand with the chick. You should have just gave her 500 and just fucked her that night and just kept it moving.
Yeah.
He really was
That's
lusting on
uh
the chick.
that's a mindset though. Not everybody has that mindset.
You know what? These guys they get this money and they get bored and they just no telling what else they try. They run out of messing with young females. They might try to mess with each other. You never know these men, these rich men. They
You've been
get bored.
noticing that too.
No, notice what?
That back in the day, there did not used to be as much boredom that caused athletes to be gay. Have you ever noticed that?
Exactly. No, I've been
Because
noticing that. You
back
had to
in the
got
day, because you were bored, that did not give you license or permission to do something you weren't raised to do. But these days, it seems like when you get bored, you paint your fingernails, you dye your hair all kinds of weird colors.
start
You
dressing different ways.
like it's even weird for me to get you got like when Drake got a tattoo of Aaliyah, you get a picture of a female that you're not related to. That's even very weird to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so
yeah, yeah. When you get a chick
so
that you
the,
don't have no relation to, like now, I will have to contest that a little bit because I've been taught with I've been involved with women that we probably have different lifestyles. More than
Sure.
likely, we did pretty much every woman I dealt with. We had different lifestyles, whether they black or
Sure.
white or Mexican or Asian.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think that's the beauty of a relationship: being with somebody that doesn't have doesn't know nothing about your world.
No,
You know
I'm
a little
not.
bit about their world.
Contrast in a relationship is very good. That you get different viewpoints and perspectives that work together. I'm not saying that's bad at all. I'm saying that as we've gone through history, as time has gone on, the same OG values that we would expect from older men that have gone through life, these new older men don't have those same principles anymore.
Nope.
So these guys are tricking way more than OGs of the past are tricking, and so they're getting finessed way more than OGs of the past are getting finessed.
Yep. But yeah,
So there should be no reason that we even hear about Shannon Sharp's personal life. But I think because he's done so many gay things, he has to make up for it in terms of these weird stories. He's going to
yeah,
basketball games with that gay dude, and he's wearing knitted scarves and stuff courtside. He's doing all types of gay stuff. He's going to liquor stores, switching in a sweatsuit. This is very gay. It's
yeah,
very gay what he's doing.
yeah. I'm agreeing. Yep, yep. And not only that, when you watch certain segments on ESPN, or you can go back to First Take when he was with, or not First Take, with what's
First things
that,
first.
with Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
You can hear it in his voice that he
Yes.
has some like a little,
Yeah.
hey
Definitely
girl type of
got
vibe.
sugar
You
in
know what I'm
his tank.
saying?
Definitely got sugar in his tank. And anybody that comes out, in front of white people wearing a skull cap or a do rag, and then smoke, not even just black and milds, in front of the entire Middle America.
Yeah.
What are you covering up for?
Yeah, and then not only that, hold up, let's get him with this one. Then the video leaked with him having sex with the girl. Who it
What
was,
video?
Michelle?
What video? He pressed the button 8 times and set the phone down,
Yeah,
and then started grazing like
yeah. He
really.
did it on purpose. That's well, yeah. You see,
And we have to sit here. We have to sit here and pretend like all this stuff is okay. These people got their jobs because they were just that much better at their job. Meanwhile, you're getting shadow banned. I'm getting shadow banned for what? So these people can get richer?
exactly. And see,
It's
it turned to
stupid.
find out. See, I found out that I ain't even really shadow banned. Just I'm glad you brought that up. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get to Gilbert Arenas in a minute, guys. But I'm
Sure.
glad Lex brought up the shadow band. I ain't really shadow banned, man. I've been wanting. I found out what really been going on and what happened with my situation.
Okay.
Now, I got when I first started this channel, right? I had this guy. I was going. We was going in. We was getting all these views and chat lines, and we was bringing moderators in. One dude I got cool with. One moderator we got real cool with. He had my number. Where we had verbal conversations about how he could make my channel better and do all this right here. Me being kind of like new to the not new to YouTube, but just how to make my channel, bigger. I'm all about it. So he telling me what he could do and all this right here. So I gave him the managing moderator uh tag. Like
Okay.
I gave that to you now. Now you have it
Yep.
on yours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you the managing moderator thing. So I don't even know what ended up happening. Him and this other guy was going back and forth with each other a few times on my live chat. Now, let's keep in mind now, there's thousands of people at the time watching, so I'm not being able to watch everything that's being said. Now, Katie, the white girl that was on with me, she was looking at all of this. She was telling
Yeah.
us, she was telling him to chill out, relax, and all that, and we was all saying relax. And I guess he kind of felt some type of way, assumingly, uh, not knowing that he felt bad. I'm steady being cool with him. He steady being cool with me. He was sending me. He was talking to me about how he know these Jewish guys out in Cali want to buy my music that I be playing on SoundCloud. They want to buy everything off. They want to buy my image off me and everything, and give me the money. And I wasn't with that. I wasn't going to give you none of my songs and give you my name, Cuddy, and all that, and let you create a character off my name and my music. No, that's my story. So he said it goes on a lot in the industry, which I can believe that, but I'm not going to let it be mine. So Once that was the last conversation me and him had. So let's go back to the guy he was beefing with. He popped in on the live chat about 2, 3 weeks ago. We was all on there, and he gave me the figure deal on what old dude was about. And he said, "Hey, they had beef, and now they beef is clear now. Old dude is he's not in the situation no more. So whatever they had going on, he's not in the situation no more. I don't know what he did. I don't know if they beat him up or whatever. But he told me that what the dude ended up doing was coming on my live every night as the managing moderator. Anybody, you notice ain't nothing but moderators be in the chat line? You notice there's nothing but moderators to be in the chat room. You see everybody's name in blue. And anybody that's not a moderator to come in, it's their first time coming on. You don't even see trolls on there no more. So he said that the guy just sat on there every time I went live, and anybody he knew that was on there that was new or he couldn't block, or who he can block, he goes to their name and he blocks them, or he puts them in timeout for like 9,800 hours, or block
Why?
them.
But if he had issue with another person but not you, why would he mess up your chat room?
That I don't know. I guess when that goes back to me saying the last conversation we had on the phone is when I said, "Hey man, nah, I ain't trying to give up none of my music and my image for somebody who I don't even
Is it
know.
a black
Money
guy
to
or is it a black
this
guy
guy
or
right
Jewish?
here. This was a Jewish guy. He was a white guy. I don't know if he was Jewish or not, but the
And you
guy
let him
he talked.
you let him be a moderator on your channel?
Well, no, the guy that's telling me about this stuff is a black guy.
Who was the moderator?
His name Deal. His name was Deal. He's not a moderator no more.
But the was that the black guy you're talking about?
Now the black guy's the one telling me about the news.
Who was Deal?
Deal's the one I deleted. He was the man. He was the moderator manager.
The white guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
What's his
So that's
last name?
why what I'm trying to get to is why my traffic wasn't why the traffic wasn't thick on my live like it used to be because he banned everybody to be in the chat room. That way they can't come to my chat when I go live. Even
So
trollers
you
or
think when he was
whatever.
trying you think when he was trying to buy your stuff from the guys in Cali, when you said no, he did that? You think that's what
That's
happened?
what I think happened. I think when I told him I don't want his boys or his people he know to have none of my stuff, that's when my numbers started declining. Because I was doing 33,000 V's, 20,000 V's, 10,000. I was
Okay.
getting subscriptions every night. And it made sense when he told us. He said, man, that guy went on there, man. You notice you haven't seen him on there in a long time. It'll be times that he'll be on, right? Watching. Just waiting on new people to come in so he can block them. The way
So
they want
why
them.
still give him you so you took
I,
those privileges away,
I
right?
took him. I took him away. Now you are the managing moderator. Now you know that.
All right. Great. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, pay attention to people's motives. We got to learn from that mistake not to happen again.
See, I don't know if when I sent you that moderation thing, I made you the moderator manager. Like
Okay.
you had the
I
same like exit
next to my name. That's cool.
because you the only one who I know and I trust who I've been around. It's a moderator. So yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I made you the moderator manager, which I should have did that anyway. It should have been somebody who I really just fuck with anyway.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why my channel wasn't getting that wave like that because it was easily I can make it peak at 60, 70 people watching. And I do 1,500 views or 10,000 views or I was doing it. It was going up every time I did a show. It was going up. He watched that shit, got his feelings hurt, I guess, and had the had the access to delete everybody or ban everybody that he can except moderators. Cause you notice there's nothing but moderators be in the chat line, it made me think. I said, "Damn, that makes sense. Ain't nothing but moderators on here because he went and blocked anybody that can jump on my channel. Now they can't even see my channel when I do pop up now because they've been banned. Now that I took the rights away from him, they might be unblocked, right? I don't even know how to unblock these people if they are still. He now that I took that from him, they probably not even thinking about my channel no more. They probably like, damn, oh dude don't go live no more. He blocked me. I'm not going back on this channel. They probably think I did it. The whole time this other dude did it.
Well, yeah, I haven't done too much live streaming with YouTube, but I will look through the studio and see if there's a way to get people back. So we'll take a look. But that's good to have that information. But okay, let's talk about Gilbert Arenas. We had that on the
Gilbert
top.
Arenas. All right, Gilbert Arenas, man. This guy right here, man, he's been running Let's read the allegations out first to the people that's gonna be listening. Everybody probably heard this already through other news accounts, but just to put Lex on top of everything. And apparently this happened what two he was running what 2-3 years ago and they just now popped up on him. Let's go to the last and check this out. If you, somebody tell me. If you look at the if you look at the names on the list, those names don't even look like people that Gilbert really hang out with. Those guys are from overseas and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So it says former NBA star Gilbert Arenas was arrested Wednesday and is accused by the Department of Justice of being a part of a high stakes illegal gambling ring that ran out of one of his California homes. Hmm. He's facing a federal indictment on the count of conspiracy to operate in the illegal gambling business, one count of operating in the illegal gambling business, and one count of making false statements to federal investigators. Huh. According to the Justice Department, Arenas rented out a Encino, California mansion to host illegal poker games. Damn. I guess I guess renting out a mansion kind of makes it seem more discreet that it's some gambling going on, right? You
Yeah, I mean,
opposed to like a warehouse or one of those little buildings where you can see everybody in and out. You know, let's just say for example, remember that the studio used to be at on Royal Lane? Our studio
mhm,
was at
yep.
that back building right there where all those aces was at. That was a gambling hall. You didn't know
Oh,
that, did you? We knew that, but most people that have like illegal gambling going on, they have it in places like that.
talking
Gilbert
about
Arenas, he
it
put
was
it in his
rooms or a different building.
he 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 put it in a mansion. You think of a mansion, you don't think no gambling going on in no mansion,
Yeah, yeah,
right? You wouldn't even think
yep.
nobody's coming up buying nickel pouches of weed from a mansion.
Hmm.
So maybe there was a way to make it, invisible. That way people want to think about it. For them to have an indictment on it and even find out what was going on, it had to be somebody inside the snitch or gave him up. And
Well, I mean, if I think it was if it's just a regular bunch of neighborhood people, I don't think anybody ever sees it. But if it's a bunch of overseas people coming to this NBA player's house on a regular basis, those types of things are going to attract attention. People notice that type of stuff.
and what else you said about it? It's crazy, man. Both of these guys, Shannon Sharp and Gilbert, they both got good platforms where they making a lot of money off of, and
They're
they get a
both
lot of
they're
attention.
both really unnecessarily stupid individuals
Yeah,
because they both have had every privilege that life has had to offer. They understand racial dynamics better than anybody. They're always talking about black and white injustice, and they're like the Troy Ave of athletes. Anytime anytime we hear their name,
it's,
they're taking an opportunity that only they can get because for
it's
some
not
reason,
good news.
yeah, it's never good. They get opportunities that everybody else would beg for because white people know and Jewish people know that they will do something so stupid they'll just give the money back.
You-
So Gilbert Arenas will pull a gun out in the locker room. You're a professional basketball player, you need to show you're a tough guy with a gun. Super, super tough guy. Now he's got one of the best podcasts in the world in his basement. That he brings the best caliber athletes to his basement and does a 4 day a week podcast that everybody looks forward to. That's not good enough. Let me run an illegal Sam Rothstein casino in my house also.
But that's just how that's just that hood mentality. That him, he from LA. That
And
hood
he
mentality.
has a production in his house every day, so he wants people to know that that's where he lives and that's where he does his illegal business.
That's why. But they said it was a mansion that he rented out. Now this wasn't a mansion that he stayed in. They say he just rented it out.
Okay, well, that's slightly less stupid, but still, if why is being this head, you could solve an actual problem with your money. You were this Gilbert Arenas was the guy that famously got paid for not playing basketball, right?
Yep. Yeah, he got paid about. Ooh, he was one of the first big contract signings
And all he was
for the
talking
Wizards.
about, All he was talking about when he went on Vlad TV is how miserable he was when he was 32 years old and he had nothing to do with all of his millions of dollars. That's why they choose those people to give that money to, because the people that would actually create change in communities, he was 32 maybe 10, 15 years ago, right?
He's 43 right now.
So 10 years ago, he was 32, sitting at his house, twiddling his thumbs because he was so bored with his millions of dollars. Now, in 2015, imagine the good that could have been done in every major city in America from 2015 to now. But what did he want to do instead? He wanted to be with rich Jewish people gambling, and now he's caught up in some bullshit.
So check this out. So I'm about to read these listed names for you and the people and what they title was in the situation. According to the indictment filed by the prosecutors in Los Angeles, Arenas detective directed Arthur Katz, age of 51, to stage the games. Katz would then prepare the home and collect rent from the other individuals accused of being involved in the scheme. So I guess everybody put their money together to come. Uh, it sound like they put their money together to get the place or play or
You
gamble.
said he hired Arthur Katz. Is that what you said?
He tell you how he directed, not hired. Arenas directed Arthur Katz, the age of 51, to stage the game. So I guess they're saying he hired him.
Well, I mean, it's just like if you want to get married to somebody, you hire a wedding planner or a wedding coordinator, right?
The
So if
organizer.
yeah, whatever. If they want to put something like that together, somebody's got to be in charge of the logistics. So Gilbert probably doesn't have the Las Vegas gaming understanding of all that technical stuff, so he hired somebody to do that.
There's more names. Check this out. And these names right here, they seem like they from the Middle East. And some seem like they like German. I'm gonna try this my best to say. All right. So like I said, Katz would be the one to prepare the home and collect the rent from the other individuals accused of being involved in the scheme. The other person is Yevgeny Gershman, who the department describes as a suspected organized crime figure from Israel. Hear that? Evgeny Tversky, Alan Austria, Yaron Cohen, and Legend Krachin would then manage the illegal gambling being done at the home, according to the indictment. So
Yeah.
these guys right here sound like they Middle Easterns and sound like they from somewhere over there. So
Yes.
you know what type of money they get in Arab money. So you know those names alone, and then he said he said he's in the organized crime figure of Israel. So he
Hmm.
one of those guys in Israel that's in you know yeah. So those the guys that was around Gilbert. Not nobody. It wasn't Tyrone. It wasn't Demarcus. It wasn't hey Lisa. Hey baby, how you doing, sweetie? Welcome to the. We talking about Shannon Sharp uh, being fired from ESPN and Gilbert Arenas being arrested for gambling illegally. This is
Hmm.
Texas Movement Media. I wish it was Texas Media Movement, but anyway. Texas Movement Media, my boy Lex from Chi-Town. Uh, that's Lisa in the chat room. She's saying, hey guys.
What's up, Lisa?
But that's what we're talking about right now. But just please name the guys that he's with. These are not guys that these not his everyday homeboys he hang out with.
So we were talking about how silly it was for Shannon Sharp to be talking to a 19-year-old, right? Because it does not move somebody of our age group to be around a high schooler or 20-year-old something, right? So sometimes I think that when we're in communities that don't come from a lot of money historically, we get so excited to be in the environment of kind of that high roller, especially if they're more from the Caucasian or Eurocentric element. It makes us feel like, kind of like Jay-Z sometimes, is we get to, be in those secret rooms where a lot of those high level decisions are being made. But remember, just like when we go to the club and we go to, let's say, a fancy club in the white part of Dallas, we know that there are black guys that go to those type of clubs only, right?
Prestigious places like here in Addison.
So you're familiar with Bottle Blonde, right?
Yep.
Bottle Blonde. There's a type of black guy that goes to Bottle Blonde and does very well there, right?
Yeah. It's just
But
like when we were shops of legacy.
that's correct, exactly right. But if that type of guy gave you a CD or a mixtape, are you going to be super excited to listen to that mixtape if he's coming
Nope.
from that environment? Why?
Because you ain't gonna think it's authentic and real.
That's correct. That's exactly my point. So sometimes I think that when we listen to rappers talk about, I have a Jewish tax person, a Jewish attorney, and all that type of stuff, we hear those things and we get that like Jay Z imaginary player voice in our head saying that you need these things also. But you have to remember that everybody makes money in a different way. So if somebody is for working for an intelligence agency, or if they're working for a foreign government, or if they're willing to come to an NBA player's bootleg gambling mansion house, these might not be the most reputable people that you want to hang around with. And more than likely those people are going to be under some kind of surveillance. So you're always going to suffer the consequences of who you rub shoulders with. So if you want the plus side of looking like you a mafia boss with the cigars and stuff like that, by all means go and pursue that image. But you're gonna have the consequences that come with it. And that's what any older person will tell you that has gone through those experiences for real. I don't need to learn from my own mistakes. I can learn from other people's mistakes.
It's
So
kind
I
of
would
like the rapper. It's kind of like
that,
the rappers, man, that rap about shooting them up, bang bang, and when they go do shows, the audience gonna make sure that they're gonna test them to see if they're all about that shoot 'em up, bang bang. You
and
go to a red,
you're never going to win that. You're never going to pass that test.
but guess what? You go to a red man, Snoop Dogg with currency
Correct.
concert. What you gonna see? Everybody smoking weed.
Chill.
A lot of hippies, weed smoking skateboarders, whoever people like smoke weed and get high. And
Hmm.
you go to J. Cole, Drake, you're gonna see the pretty ladies. It's not gonna be ratchet up in there. You're gonna go see we go watch Little Boosie, Webby, Jump, we're gonna be ratchet at. So you gotta
That's right.
pick your concerts.
Do you remember the movie Carlito's Way?
Yeah, I love Carlito's Way and the Rise of Carlito, both of them.
In Carlito,
You look like Carlito, you look like Al Pacino and Carlito right now.
that's right. That's right. So remember the lawyer? Sean Penn played the
Yeah,
lawyer,
yeah,
right?
yeah, with the curly hair, the Jewish guy.
That's right. So I watched that movie back for the first time just recently, and I didn't realize that the lawyer was on some shady business, even with that first Italian boss. You remember that?
Yeah,
So the Italian boss is like, I know that you didn't deliver the last money I gave you. So he was already having those bad habits. So you could see that he was just going down that path. So these rappers, these athletes that are trying to fulfill this mafia boss mentality, even this Drake mob ties nonsense. Okay. So we had a decade of this foolishness convincing you that you could walk on the sidewalk and on the street. And you and I both know that that's not possible. If you're a sidewalk or a porch kid, you need to stay on the porch or on the sidewalk. If you're in the streets, you need to be in the streets and you need to accept the consequences of what happens with that.
exactly,
So
exactly.
once you have to make that hard decision. If you're going to be a so-called square, you need to be so-called square and own that. Otherwise, you need to be fully street and own that.
You can't have one foot in, one foot out.
Nope.
Basically, yeah. So that's all that comes down to. Uh, Lisa said, "Why would Shannon believe in?" And that is why would Shannon Sharp be with a girl that young? And we were saying the same thing. We had that conversation about, and Lex said it. Lex said it real, a good way of saying it. These guys, they try to keep themselves relevant. It's the best way to keep themselves relevant is gravitate to a younger crowd or a younger person, or make them feel like they put it like this. An old man won't accept he won't think he's very attractive if a woman his age thinks he's attractive. But if a young girl thinks he's attractive, it makes his ego go up a little bit high because he feel like he still got his what they say. I still got it. We always in the mindset. Oh, I still got it. Well, my thing is, when do you lose it anyway? I feel like I'm always have it.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
not one of those guys. Oh, I'm gonna see if I still got it, nigga. I'm always gonna have it, man. It ain't I just get older. I just have
Yep.
it better now.
Men,
So
men like the approval of younger women because younger women still have the excitement about exploring their physical sexuality. Older women are usually past the point where they no longer want to explore their pure sexual attraction to people. So when an older woman gives you a compliment, you almost understand that it really doesn't have the same sexual connotation as it would when a younger woman tells you.
yeah, if
So
a 30, I'm not gonna lie, if a 35-year-old woman tell me, hey, you're attractive, hey there, sweetie, you attractive. I'm a
yeah,
ride with them. They're gonna make me feel better than somebody older,
hmm
saying that to me. It depends on who the person is. Older, it depends on how I say it too, though, and
yeah,
how that person is. But
yeah.
I feel what you're saying though, and it ain't just with relationships. Uh, Older people they look for validation from young people for about anything. I know some older people that
Yeah.
be looking for validation from people 30, 40 years younger than them.
That's why older women always start commotions at the store, at Target, at restaurants. They're always the ones complaining because they're used to getting the attention of being young. So even older women are doing the Botox and lip injections and skin stretching and all that because they want to appear young and valuable and fertile like the older women.
Lisa's very interesting. She's talking about Lisa's an older woman. She's attractive at the same time though. She's a beautiful older lady. Now
Yeah.
let's get to the nitty. Now if Lisa, somebody like Lisa at her caliber, she's
hmm
60 years old. She's not afraid of her age. She's very attractive. You wouldn't even think she's 60. Um, if she was to tell me, I would take that in like as a big compliment, like I would a 30. But no, not no granny type of lady or
Yeah.
a lady, or I mean, and like see a woman my age, them lonely women, they
Yeah.
tell everybody attractive.
That's correct. That's exactly right. So basically, your area of expertise as you get older is what people are going to value when you give a compliment. So, for example, if you gave me a compliment, if I did 10 more interviews on Pro Talks and interviewing athletes, and you, after the 10th interview, you said, I really like the way that your journalism has improved and your podcast has improved over these last 10 interviews, that has a lot of value because you've done this for many years. So you're
And
actually giving that expertise, you're giving your stamp of approval because you've earned that area of expertise. And of course, areas of expertise in other areas as well. Like I'm never going to be a rapper or anything like that. But in the areas where we can intersect, if you get your approval in something you've done well, then it matters. But you cannot give me your approval on, let's say, calculus, because I don't think you went to that level of math. And I didn't really either. I failed
no
most.
man, I took algebra, geometry, you know, yeah, we did algebra 1, 2, and 3. I
Yeah,
never got the trigonometry though. My kids them and I dated people who took trigonometry though. So my
there you go.
number, the way I deal with numbers is differently anyway though. So long as the numbers the way I count, it's good enough.
And that's exactly what that's my point as well. Because I've dated, people that did very very well in the sport of track and field, much better than me. So when we go to track meets together, it's kind of embarrassing because I don't have the same credentials or achievements that this person does, and that's a female. You know what I mean? So we all have to navigate those ego bruises in different ways based off of our life experience. So when you're an NBA player or a rapper, you are protected from the streets. I know in Chicago, a lot of the street individuals will not even let the athletes be involved in negative activities because they know that that potential is there. So
Same
when
thing in
athletes
LA
try to
as well.
be
It's
in the
like
streets like that, it looks corny because we know that you were prevented from even being exposed to that.
why do you think Gilbert Arenas, Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard, uh, all those guys from LA, this basketball, all those boys, they from LA. Paul George, they from LA County. They from Crip and Blood neighborhoods. They was told not to leave them alone. Suge Knight was one of them. Suge Knight played with UNLV. He played football. He was protected at first. And it goes on like that in New York, in Brooklyn. You had Lance Stevenson. He's from Brooklyn. He's from Best. They protected him. So it goes on everywhere. Now down here, and I'm not going to say, maybe in Shreveport they do. They protect their athletes. But I understand what you're saying. You got to protect you got to protect the goal. You got to protect the bag. And that's what Shannon Sharp and Gilbert Arenas didn't do.
Yeah. If you know that the black community is only given a few options to be successful in the American society, if you know that it only comes from entertainment, athletics, and the arts, you should not be doing anything that jeopardizes your career in those three areas. Otherwise, you need to go and be an apprentice in a different area from another culture. And if you think that that's too difficult, you ask me what we did in 2012. You asked me if I raised my voice at all. Anything Ray or Cuddy or anybody else would tell me, I accepted that as my instruction. And so that's what taught me about navigating the culture of the South, period, and learning how to build Texas Movement into a company that everybody could appreciate. If I didn't sit under somebody from a different race, I would not have that knowledge. So if you're coming from a community that doesn't have access to these things, you need to go and study which communities do, and then you need to find a mentor that is willing to grow you along that process. And don't screw up the opportunity. Period. End of story.
It's funny you said that. I pinned one of Lisa's statement she made. I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask you how you feel about that. I'm gonna read it to you, but is to get back to piggyback on what you just said. Uh, I tell like I was my homeboy Chad Hub. You know him. He knows you. He's been out here what almost 10 years now. A couple other my homeboys from back home. They've been out here for a while, but for some reason they haven't learned to do what I've done here because they've been afraid to rub their shoulders with different type of people because we from Shreveport, we from the hood, and all we know is black, and we know the white side. They really don't fuck with us. So we from a black city, and we hood, and they don't know how to conduct themselves or they can still be. They see how I still be. You know how I am around people. I'm still myself, no matter what, no matter what color you are or what gender. I'm still be me. But I always told my homeboy, though, I said, you've been here 10 years, man, and you haven't, there's nobody you can call to help you outside of us Shreveport boys.
Yeah.
I said, I got 10 people I can call and ask for help from before any of my homies for Shreveport, any in my brother, and any of my kids' mother. I built relationships with people out
Yeah.
here where I don't have to depend on my family members or anybody. And I don't depend on them. I just know I can reach out to them first before I reach out to my homeboys and my family members. Them, I know they'll do it. These
Yeah.
people they put money on my books when I was in prison. So
Well, you have to at some point you have to have a mentality of, you have to be willing to provide value for other people. So once people recognize that, like for example at Sherlock's, one thing I noticed, if you don't mind me, I hope you don't mind me bringing this up, is that you'd pick a certain spot at the bar at Sherlock's where you would be there every day, same time every day with the same individuals, and as a result, you developed consistency, and they would become to speak with you proactively, and you would build those relationships day after day after day after day.
I did
But
that for years. You got to think about it. When I met you, I
yeah,
was already 5 years into that spot.
correct. So what that shows is that you have the discipline to make small progressions every day. So sometimes what we want to do is we want everything to happen in one big swoop. But when you're bridging the gap of two different cultures, that takes a long time to develop that kind of trust, especially if you're learning a different cultural language. So, a person from the white side of town that speaks uh, traditional English like this is going to it's going to take some time for them to understand the Shreveport accent or the Shreveport dialect, especially from an African American individual, because of the cultural difference and the location difference. You know what I mean? That's not racism. That's just physics. That's a fact. You know what I
Yeah,
So you have to, first of all, that part is not part of your ego. So black people or Indian people or any other people of color that are darker skinned, you know, people's initial hesitance to talk to you may just be because of how different you look from them. So you have to do things proactively to let them know, hey, I'm
But
willing to meet in the middle.
but check this out though. You know what? I met just as many as people I met where you said I did, like reel them in slowly, or they reel me in slowly. Cause they looking at me now just like I'm looking at them.
Yeah.
I've met people with you that for the first time they did their first time seeing me. They took joy to me. White people,
Yeah.
Indian, Nigerians. We sat right there, that corner right there by the bathroom, by the golden tea machine. There was a nice spot. The day spot was at the top of the bar. We always sit there in the corner. I had the
Yep.
old school guys I gravitated to. The reason why I had that respect because I was a bartender once upon a time at TGI Fridays. I
Yes.
also, when I used to sell drugs, some of the people bought drugs from me. So, these are white people.
I didn't
So
want to
I
bring
had
I didn't want to bring any of that up, but
I'm just saying that's why I said once upon a time. That's why I said when I used to. That's why I've been charged with it before, so I'm not even. I've been arrested and did my time for this, so I can say that I'm not afraid to say that.
yeah.
But these people they gravitated to me from all kind of situations. My whole point when I was telling my homeboys them for the credentials they have. You ex-military, you smart, you got this, that, and that. You got to give in the gap. Why you don't want to spread your wings and navigate with and migrate with the non-black people. And I realized that, and I told my homeboy that because if he would have done that, he wouldn't be in a hold all the time that he's always in. He always gonna have to depend on a female or his homeboys them to help him out every time. He'll have somebody that that will be willing to help him or show him to get out of the situation without him asking.
Hmm.
That's the point I was just making about my homeboys. But I wanted to get to this Lisa post. Lisa just said this generation of younger women are crafty and get in the bag. So guys must be mindful of this. Mindful of that. What's your take on that comment?
Definitely, the younger women have a different approach to dating and relationships. I think they're a lot more focused on establishing individual lifestyle. I don't think. I think the older women pretend they want to be partners. So I really think they just want to go to a job at a white company, and so they're going
Time
to.
out, Lex. Time out, Lex. You said the older women.
Hold on. Can I finish my point?
I want you to go back to them right there.
I'm going. I'm going to go back because she was talking about younger women. You have to talk about how the difference between younger women and older women. When my mom married my dad, the idea was that if she worked, that work would go towards the family's needs, and she was still the woman of the house and the wife of the house. And we had a wonderful childhood as a result of that. So she was a PhD, my dad was a PhD, but they were both able to work together because they operated like this. My mom wasn't trying to be like this. So sometimes I think older women want to be like this in every way, but that's not the way it's supposed to be. So the younger women see that and they call men stupid and they just think men are supposed to trick for their lifestyle, and that's why you get a bunch of useless young women that have a body count of 50 by the time they're 19, 20 years old. They're completely burnt out by the time they're 25. They have zero skills. They've had so many abortions that their womb doesn't work. They've got all kind of ovarian cysts, all types of medical issues. They're all on antidepressant medication because they lost their virginity when they were in middle school. You know what I mean? These are not healthy things that are happening to the young women, and they think a little bit of OnlyFans money is going to change their life. It's going to. All these porn stars commit suicide 10 years later when they age out. Okay, Bad Baby and all these
Yep.
people, they're going to kill themselves. They're going to kill themselves. This is what happens. It happens every generation, and we have to pretend like it doesn't happen. It used to be just white women did this. Now black women are doing this.
Yep. I'm
Women,
starting to see that a lot
black
more now.
women are doing it. Hispanic and Asian and Indian women are going to follow because they feel like that's what's cool now.
Lisa said older women today are all about getting their own bag.
And they're
Yep.
fucking stupid, and they're gonna die with dogs and by themselves, just like Kevin Samuels said.
So okay, what is it? Okay, is it okay for a woman to get? I think what she's saying is that women get their own bag, But at the same time, she's not saying she don't need a man.
Well, yeah, they want to have their cake and eat it too. You know what I mean? So they want to have a baby daddy that they can call for whatever they can bully him for, and they want a very rich, passive man to pay all the bills and provide the lifestyle, but not ask for sex. So they want all the benefits and perks of each stage of their life, but they want to be completely unhelpful to everybody, and then just completely bitch and moan and make our society useless.
Mm, mm,
That
mm.
name one woman besides your mother that you would trust to do anything.
You know what? I got one person though. I'm not going to even say who she is, but yeah, I
And
got one person.
not the mothers of your children in
Okay,
raising.
then. Yeah, yeah, because yeah, because I trust all three of them to do
Yeah,
something.
I would trust you. You have good
Especially,
choice when it
especially
comes to that.
yeah, especially Iana's mom. You know, I'm not gonna say their name, but I'm just gonna say my middle child's mom.
I respect them. Okay, they're doing great. Right, ladies, remember this part of the clip.
But no, but you're right though. It's not nobody I think I can trust with trust with anything. You know, especially if I'm not around them in the physical form.
Yeah.
Uh, I I have to be around them in the physical form a lot. You know, like I actually have to know them. Like I tell anybody, man, if I'm not around you, man, I guess like we ain't been around each other in about a year or two. Over the course of the months throughout the year, we gotta
It'd
re-know we
be
gotta
totally different.
re-know each other.
It'd be a totally different person.
Because you might have me at the same perception you had me as when the last time you was around me.
That's
You might
exactly.
you might the last time you see me, I probably was stealing cards and that's 8 months later, I'm not stealing cards anymore. I'm going to this mosque. I'm doing studying Islam, I'm not saying I'm just making a point. That's not what I'm it's not me. You just
No,
gotta relearn these people these days.
I agree with you 100%.
Like
100%.
me and like you, I haven't seen you since the pandemic. As much as I probably seen you on social media, as much as we was around each other for like a year and a half straight, every day straight. It's been what 4 years since I seen you, and we gotta relearn each other again. You know, I I'm not more I'm a little bit more reserved than I used to be. I'm more chilled and relaxed. I'm not more outgoing like I used to be. I don't really. I'm not. I don't get high headed quick like I used to. Be.
Yep.
I'm a different person. Like I used to get upset quickly, and I'm not just. I'm more chilled now, and I
Yep.
don't drink as much either like I used to. Like I'm that. I'm a guy. I smoke my weed. I drink my 2 beers, and I'm cool. I just love being around my kids. I cherish that moment and enjoy everything else.
I mean, that's the natural. I think that's the natural phrase of form of life. We get older, we learn from our mistakes. But with regards to how we interact, when we're thinking about younger and older women, everybody should be thinking about at this stage in my life, how do I contribute to my community best? Whether that's the Black community or the Southern community or the American community, whatever community you feel like you're a part of, you should be making a positive contribution to that. So I think that we have to, keep encouraging our young people, young women especially. A lot of young men will do more things for you if you are willing to share how much you appreciate them, how much you value them. They will spend money on you if they have the money to spend. Okay, usually young men have a lot difficult time getting into their careers early, but the more you're willing to if you're being willing to serve, young men are willing to serve you back. So if you can do anything to make a young man's life easier, even if you're not sexually interested in him, if you make that very, very clear that you don't have a sexual interest in, but the two of you can grow together in different ways, actually help that person, and then maybe you'll get a little bit more out of that person. You never know.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Lisa says, I'm sure older women are not losing any sleep over these guys choosing younger women. And I'll
They're
say,
losing. They're losing a
probably
lot of.
it's a small percentage of women that don't. I mean, that do care, but I'm
Yes.
pretty sure it's a lot of older women that don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, they say that.
I mean, it depends on what type of woman you. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't. I really don't know how nobody feels. I just walk my own lane when it comes to these relationships. I might fuck with an older person one day. I might fuck with a younger person another day. It's
Yeah.
just me. I don't really just have no sides of. I know what I'm not gonna fuck with.
Yeah.
I just, That's what I tell people. I don't really have a type, but I know what's not my type.
We're in the age range where her mom or her daughter might like us, so you never know.
Okay.
If a girl's 40, her daughter might be 20 and like you, her mom might be 60 and like you. So you never know.
Yeah, hold on. I just got a fucking somebody just sent me some shit, man. I be getting all type of shit. Who the hell this shit is? It's some Shreveport news, y'all. My bad.
Yeah, yeah,
One of
go.
one of my
Trying
homies there
uh,
send me
trying
some shit.
to
Let me read something right quick, y'all. Let me read something, y'all. Bond, 800,000 in Bossier City, pending bond in Shreveport. Okay. Felony caught knowledge of a juvenile. Get this. He is currently out on bond. This individual is currently wanted and should be considered a dangerous person. If you have any information on his whereabouts, do not approach contact local enforcement immediately. Huh. Okay, what this guy's done. I don't know this nigga. I'm talking about these niggas be young. I don't even live out there nowhere. I won't know no young nigga. I don't know him. Damn. I don't know him.
say it because it's true. I do. Yeah, a lot of women that Lex is talking about. Yeah, women never seem to know the women I'm referring to, but it's a pretty common occurrence. But that's all right. We're all growing up together.
One thing I won't do though is like I now like Lisa, she's standing on her ground. I can't really say what a woman gonna do and what she won't do if I really don't know her. So
Yeah.
one thing I would say that too, like it's most of the women that I'm around, they feel some type of way about shit sometimes. But I know some women that I be around, they don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna say it like that. And it's just
Okay.
this is about any type of shit about how a nigga feel about everything. So I know some people who just like that. That now deep down inside they might have some like yeah they might feel butt hurt about something, But I don't know. Like I'm not.
I mean, you're about 4 inches. You're about 6 through 2, 6'3", right?
I'm 6'2". I'm closer to 6'1" and 6'2". The
Okay.
last time I checked, when they measured me when I was in prison, I was
Yeah.
more close to 6'1" than 6'2". But I tell everybody I'm 6'2" anyway.
There you go.
This guys is my height to tell people that they 6'4", and I just
Correct.
shake my head.
Yeah. Exactly. Either way, you taller than me. So imagine if I got upset every time a girl said they like taller dudes. You know what I mean?
Imagine, and yeah, I feel it's like imagine me, chick say I like light skinned guys.
It's the same thing exactly.
Yeah, man, So, but I don't feel no way though. Okay, you like light skinned guy? That's cool. I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna trip out.
you
I'm not
maximize
gonna trip out
the
nobody just if she
have.
say that shit in front of. If she's saying that shit around me just to make me feel some type of way, she get what? Too bad, baby. Tricks on you, bitch.
Yeah.
Cause I don't care though. Because it's like this, like me. I have a preference. I love all women in different races. I don't fuck with fat bitches though. That's
Yeah.
real. That's just me. But that don't mean I won't hang out with them and show them love. I just don't fuck with fat bitches. That's just my preference. But I like you from any race.
Mm-hmm.
So if a fat chick shouldn't be, I like what I like. She might say I don't like slim, skinny dudes. I ain't slim no more, but once upon a
Yeah.
time I used to be slim.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's one thing I knew that if I just learned how to show basic respect to people, and that's what my mentality was in Dallas. even if people raised different or raised differently than you, come in, show people respect, learn what their triggers are, avoid those triggers, and try to grow with people and help them to grow. Period. That's
That's real talk. That's real talk. And on the besides, the Shannon Sharp and Gilbert Arenas situation, uh, anything anybody want to say about that? Or you want to continue live, or you logging off? You want to talk about anything else? What's up? I'm cool. We
I
can,
mean, I'm spending more time here in the Schaumburg office. Partnered with New York Life, some other stuff, but I'll do more individual streams. But me and Cuddy and I just stay tuned because it may not be every week, but we will try to go over at least one or two cultural topics relevant over the last week or two, and make it more of a consistent thing. So try to tell your friends about it. Make sure you pay attention for the reminders and comment and like and subscribe to the channels. It would help us both a great deal. So give us a chance, please. Thank you.
all right, guys. There was another set. Me and my boy Lex, Texas Movement Media. We don't really have nothing else to say about Shannon Sharp. I might run it back again. On some more stuff as we find out further information.
All
Uh,
the
but
all the best to Shay Shay Media. All the best to Laportier. All the best to Nightcap, Shannon and Ocho. You guys are doing a great job. We want to be good examples, just like you, for the good stuff you guys have done, and we hope we can grow with you in the future.
righteous. And y'all, like I say, man, it's the Kid Back Network. Uh, Shout out to Miss Lisa for tapping in with me, with us. I'll be back later on. I got a guest on the show. We're gonna go live. I got my boy Milton Brown. He's tapping in today. We're gonna probably do I think it's probably about 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. But he's gonna tap in tonight. We're gonna do another live tonight. But right now I'm finna give him some me time, and I'm out like a fat kid in dodgeball. I'm gonna holler
Yeah.
at you.